we make it fast, we can lose it fast as well. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that this job could come and go. You have to say hi, and if you don't, you could lose everything.
Hey everybody, I'm Steve Bertoni. Welcome to Forbes Top Creators. Today in the show, we have creator, comedian, obviously model, Rickey Thompson. Rickey, thanks for joining us.
Hello, I'm glad to be here.
Also, I have to add your, power of the Forbes Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Under 30,
yes.
Forbes Top Creator. You're checking all the billion. What's next is billionaire. So
yes,
you
that's what we're working on. Working on that. That's next.
You got a lot. We all have a lot of work to do.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us. This is a perfect time to have you on the show because obviously right now TikTok is in the news. Mm-hmm. It has 90 days to survive now. Everyone's debating, will it survive? Will it change? Will it fold? You got your start on Vine.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
You had more than a million followers, and then it shut down. Talk to me about how you made that jump because you had a big foundation on Vine, and then it was no more. How did you survive that?
Well, when Vine ended, I was so scared. I was like, what do I do next? I remember I was back home and I got the email saying Vine was done. My mom was like, okay, so what are you going to do next? I was like, I literally don't know. But I knew that I didn't want to put my eggs all in one basket. Okay. So I just found any other platform that would allow me to create. So I went to Instagram and they were doing Instagram videos. That really took off. And I was like, okay, people are now on YouTube. Let me get on that. I started doing YouTube. Then TikTok came alive. I was like, okay, cute. Let me get on that app. So all I did was any other app that was big, I decided to put a little egg in there to just really have my face everywhere. And it worked out perfectly. Did
you do the same sort of thing in each one, or did you have different content styles for different platforms?
I had different types of content. I knew that I tried to make videos that my following on the app would relate to. So for Instagram, they like my motivational stuff. I'll do that. TikTok, I can do whatever. Vlog, lifestyle, they love that. Vine, I had to do something in 6 seconds. And YouTube, just long form content, me being myself, me really connecting with people. So it worked out. Okay.
What do you think right now with TikTok? How do you handicap it?
Right now, well, when I heard the news that TikTok was ending, I wasn't really sad because I've done this before and I knew that by me putting my eggs in all different baskets, it'll work out. But I think I'll be okay. If it did go away, I'll be okay. I don't want to go away because it's such a great app, but if it did, I'm good.
How do you, when you decide, I'm going to post on TikTok versus, Instagram Reels, for example, same thing, or do you do different things?
Different things. I feel like I'm more raw on TikTok, for sure. More put together motivational stuff on Instagram.
Gotcha. What are other creators thinking right now? What are people that live and die on TikTok? What are you hearing in the kind of the creator economy?
People are just trying to figure out what's the next big thing. What is the next big app that's going to take over? I mean, a lot of people said that they're not going to take another app for granted. They're going to mess and hop on it, get big quick like TikTok did. So people are just what's the next move? What's going to happen next?
And what are they thinking? What are creators? What should brand people be looking for? Obviously, people are talking about Red Note and Blue Sky and all these things.
But I didn't hear about Blue Sky. I heard about Red Note. Red Note, I did try.
Okay,
but I couldn't, understand anything. I was like, how do I set everything up? Because everything is what it's Chinese.
I think it's Chinese.
Chinese, yeah. So I don't know.
Blue Sky is the Twitter alternative, but no one knows.
Okay. Were people really actually using that though?
I don't. They always say they've been trying to create and kill Twitter or X for the last 5 years, and it starts and then stops, and no one can get it.
I feel
it's like Threads. Remember that was a giant thing.
Exactly. I feel like when you have an app that's been out for that long, there's no other way you could copy it.
Yeah.
So.
I missed the blue checks though. I missed the.
Oh, yeah, me too. Being verified was nice.
It was nice. It was good to have. Let's go back to the Vine because you became a Vine star in high school.
Yes, I did.
And you said Vine was 6 seconds, flash in the pan. Tell me Tell me the story about your first viral Vine.
Oh my goodness. Well, when I was in high school, my friend was like, you should still hop on this new app Vine. I was like, I don't know. I don't really care to be social media famous. Neither do I think I would be. But, I was at home recording videos in my bathroom, talking about high school and all that type of stuff. And I think I made a video about addressing your haters that really went off. Like, people are like, oh my God, finally someone's being, let the haters know what's up. Like, you can't bully me or whatever. I feel like at that time, people just was like, you know what, turn the other cheek. But I was like, no, go after them or whatever. So that was like my first viral Vine video. And I think that was, I would say, what year was that? I would say junior year in high school. And I remember it was big because Kylie Jenner revined it.
Gotcha.
And that's what, like, oh, wow.
Like, revining, that's taking it way back.
You were like, oh, wow, now you ate that. Like, the fact that someone, like, with that status knows who you are, my whole entire school freaked out. So that was, like, a really big moment for me.
Yeah, right before you were kind of a shy kid in high school, and then suddenly you became Kylie Jenner famous.
Yes.
What was that? what was that change like?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I was the underdog. Like, I remember I was bullied from kindergarten all the way to like sophomore year in high school. I was silent. I didn't have any friends at all. But I mean, I guess I was just be able to be myself when I was online. So it was an amazing moment. Like, I won prom king at the end of high school. I never thought that would actually happen. But hey, thank you to Vine.
Thank you to Vine. Back then, like, did you go viral on Vine? Did you make any money that way? It was just pure popularity and like, internet fame at that point.
I did make a little bit of money. We were doing things like, I don't know if you remember Badoo. That was like a dating app that a lot of people promoted back on the Vine days. Okay. That and Fiends, I think that's what it's called. So I'll make my little checks on there, and I couldn't believe it. Like, me growing up in the South or whatever, making my own money, like thousands of dollars, and I'm still in high school, was everything. So I was making my little check here and there.
And then what did you do from there?
From, what do you mean?
You get viral on Vine. You're 16. You're making a couple $1,000 to, obviously a kid is like a giant deal. What did you start thinking, like, wait a minute, like, I will be social media famous, or I want to be a comedian? Like, what was kind of your path?
Yes. Well, the main thing I did was I was going to put my name out there for acting. That's like my dream. I want to be an actor. That's like my thing I want to do. So when I started, posting more and started getting like this fame, I was like, oh, I actually could do this. So I graduated high school at the age of like 18, and I moved straight to LA right after that. And I was like, I'm going to make this my job, and I'm so glad I did it.
How'd you do? Like, I talked to a lot of people that want to move to LA, follow the dream, and they just get crushed.
Yes.
Did you kind of, was Vine, and at this point, did you jump on to Instagram? Like, was that great currency for you in LA, or did you kind of struggle? I remember I interviewed fellow creator Adam W., and he was like, I was a valet parker. I still have the little red vest from being a valet parker, and then I finally broke through. Like, what was your LA experience like?
Well, my LA experience, it was actually not that bad, because I was also making money from touring as well. Okay. If you guys remember this, there was a thing called DigiTour, and I would literally go on a tour like almost every month, and that's how I would make a lot of my money from that as well.
And what would you do on the tour?
Oh my goodness, I would be the MC. I would host like the meet and greets and all of that. I mean, I didn't have like a really big moment. I mean, I don't know what you could really do on that type of tour, really, honestly. Yep. But I mean, I would dance on stage, all that, and people loved it.
Were there other like current stars that were on that tour with you? Look back.
Yes, there was. I was on tour with Baby Ariel. I was on tour with Andrea Russell. Like, it was OG YouTube. Like, everybody was on that tour.
And how have you? It's you start with Vine, like. And people always thought, like, oh, great. Like, these digital influencers, they're just, dancing in front of the camera, talking in front of the camera. Obviously, in the last, probably since COVID, getting real respect, getting real, giant business. Like, what is that evolution been? Because you were kind of on the ground floor of that.
Well, COVID really skyrocketed my career. We were just at home, just looking at our phones. So I felt like the more I did, the more, like, FaceTime I would get. So it really did help me out a lot, truly.
What has been like your biggest, what was like the biggest brand deal when you decided to be like, you know what, like, I can do this as a job now?
Ooh, my biggest brand deal, I would say my biggest brand deal that I got was when I started working with Coach, when I got my year-long partnership. And I was like, oh yeah, I can definitely do this. And it was like a really big amount of money. And I couldn't believe it. Just, I would get paid this much that people would make in a year, but I would just make from a couple of posts. And I couldn't believe it. So
how do you kind of work with how did you work with Coach? Like, do they say, do this? They say, you know what, just carte blanche, like, you be the creative. Like, how did you work with a brand? Like, what advice do you have for people and for brands that want to work with creators?
I think that you should really mess around and really listen to your creator. Whoever you book, really listen to their ideas because they're the ones selling your product. So that's why I really love a coach because they gave me my own voice. They were like, you could do whatever you want to do and we'll critique it or whatever, but we want you to have fun. And I feel like that's why the partnership worked amazing. So with brands, you have to make sure that whatever you're selling connects with your creator.
What is your kind of a day in life for you these days?
Wow, day in life with me. Well, I'm older now. I'm not dancing in my room anymore. I'm out here trying to really take my acting career to the next level. That's what I don't want to be on social media forever. Like, I don't want this to be my job forever because you never know what could happen. No. But yeah, acting is what I really want to do. So day-to-day life, taking acting classes, in the gym, trying to look my best. So yeah.
When you're posting, what's like your schedule like? Do you post every day? Do you try to post? Like, what are your secrets to people for going viral is hard enough and then maintaining that community?
Yes.
Like what's your strategy? How do you do
it? One thing about this, and I need a lot of people to understand this, when you go viral, don't overdo it. Like, do not overdo it. I see people who take a viral moment and they keep repeating it over and over again, then people are tired of you and they're done. So make sure like you take your time. Like with me, back in the day, I went viral. I posted all the time. Then I ran out of content. I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do now? So I took a break.
So you posted on, first one was haters. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to be talking about haters all the time, right? Mm-hmm. So how did you evolve from there?
Oh, I was talking about haters, relationships, school. Then when I graduated from high school, I was like, I can't talk about high school anymore. So that's another thing that's been cut out. Then I was like, okay, I'm in a relationship. Then I kept talking about people said, dang, Rickey's that sad. Like, still no man. Like, I couldn't take that. Friendships, friendships come and go. I just really tried to find like the next topic, but it was very difficult because I kept posting each and every day. So I wish I could take some time back, but it's okay. I'm fine.
How do you kind of come up with your content now?
I literally, like, kid you not, I don't know. It just all comes to my head. Like, I could be watching TV and someone will say a line like, girl. I'm like, oh, that's a funny video. There you go. Like, my mind is just amazing like that. So.
And will you just whip out your camera and do it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's very...
press record and there you go.
And so it's not like, okay, you don't wake up on a Tuesday and you're like, I need a video today. Mm-mm. It's more like if you're inspired, you do it. Mm-hmm. If not, you kind of let it go.
Yes. I feel like at that point now in my career, I have that right to do. I don't have to like be online all the time because I feel like I definitely made a mark for myself already. So like, yeah.
Who have, you've made your mark as a comedian to begin with. Mm-hmm. Who have kind of been like your comedic heroes? Like, are there certain, are you a big stand-up fan? Are you a big movie fan? Are there people that you used to watch and just inspiration? Or maybe you're so young you have like you saw people on social media that you love, like
well, I was stand up. I have tried that before. That is not my thing.
Okay.
I don't know how people could do that. I don't know how people could actually like tell a joke and wait for a laugh. That's not me. But I would say like my biggest idol is Chris Tucker. That's like literally who I want to be. Like his career is literally what I want. That funny guy in Hollywood.
Oh. And that you're pursuing that right now? Mm-hmm. How is the jump from social media, from the little screen to the big screen been? Because you've been doing tell me some of the stuff you've been working on.
Oh my goodness, yes. So after I moved from North Carolina and I came to LA, I booked a YouTube Red show for 4 seasons. It was called Foursome. It was everything. I loved it. It was like my very first like big moment. They were showing my preview in the movie theaters, and they were showing like I had billboards. It was amazing. That was great. What have I've done? Good Morning with Machine Gun Kelly. I did Swarm. I've done a lot of guest roles. I'm still waiting for my big moment, but I know it's gonna come. So.
What's it like? How do you transition from, you said like you have an idea, you whip out your camera and shoot it. Now you're doing production schedules, all the lights and stuff. Mm-hmm. What was your advice for someone going from very kind of do it yourself to these big productions?
I would say like for me to be myself. I was like, hey, this is just like filming a video, but it's just like, more amped up. So I didn't really get into my head about it. I just knew I had to shine like a star, and it worked out.
What do you see? What's your prediction right now for social media? What trends are you following? Where do you see this all going? I mean, it's growing so much. The money is flowing in.
Yes.
Like, give me like the state of the union of social media and the state of the union of the creator economy.
Oh my goodness. I will say, I think it's amazing how fast and quick we make money. Like, I never even looked at like.
I wish I wish I had that problem personally.
Like people are making millions. Like for streamers, like whoa, like that's crazy to me. But I feel like also in our economy, I feel like we make it fast, we can lose it fast as well. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that this job could come and go. You have to stay hot, and if you don't, you could lose everything. So I feel like you should definitely budget your money. Be smart about that. That's something I wish I did learn back in the day. I wish I could have taught myself that.
Ooh, what were your big splurges?
Oh my goodness. As soon as I got a check, I was like buying designer clothes. Okay. Like no matter when I was also the friend, it was like, oh, okay, we're going to the club tonight. I got the table, I got the car, and that started adding up. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. And then taxes. The more money you make, the more money you have to pay back in taxes. I didn't know that as well.
I never got a call to go to the club with you. So
oh my God, next time I got you.
All right, we got to save your money. So
okay.
How has the world changed in creator economy now versus when you first started? Like what is it the same game, or do people have to do different things now?
Oh, it's a way different game. I feel like it's easier now. Truly, I feel like anyone can make a buck online.
Well,
now.
everyone's saying it's harder because there's so much competition.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I would say that. See, I never know because I've been here since the beginning. So I was like, I feel like for the new creators, it is very difficult because everyone does social media now. Before, a lot of people didn't do it, but for me, I feel like, yeah.
What advice would you give yourself if you were 16 again, just about to go viral? What do you wish you knew about fame, about the creator economy that you know now that you wish you could tell yourself back in the day?
That I would say that not everyone's gonna love what you do. That was one thing I wish I could have really taught myself. I really got in my head a lot in my career, and I wish I could have really just been like, who cares, drown it all out. But
yeah. How do you you have bold content. You definitely have a point of view. I'm sure you get you say if anyone says anything, you get half of them are haters. How do you deal with hate comments, thick skin? Tell me through that evolution.
Well, one thing, you shouldn't read your hate comments. That's one thing I learned. You should not do that. And just really drown it out. Just keep posting, but just don't worry about those haters at all. You really have to ignore them because they can really get in your head, and that's an ugly look, So.
What are the trends that you're watching right now?
The trends I'm watching right now. This is so crazy. I was talking to my girl today, and I was like, I literally post on TikTok and get right off. I never really scroll a lot because I guess I don't really like sitting in my room scrolling on my phone all the time. I'm starting to get to that type of age where I want to be active. So I would say a trend that I am loving right now. I will say a trend was funny when America got kicked off from TikTok, and the people who were living outside of America, and they were posting about how, oh my God, they're gone. I thought it was funny. Yeah.
It's finally big America's gone, and opportunity for that. I also love people's they were going to Instagram and filming their RIP TikToks and the messages.
That was hilarious. That was funny. Stuff. People having funerals on live, that was pretty funny.
For top creators, we always have to be on the outlook of great talent and things happening. Give me, who would you nominate for top creators this year? Who are 3 people in the space that you enjoy, you think they're onto something? But then again, you said you don't scroll much anymore.
I don't scroll much. I know. I will say I love Terry Joe. I feel like Terry Joe should definitely be on the top creators. What he's done has literally been amazing. You took live a whole different, he basically made himself own show. I love his characters on that type of stuff. So I just feel definitely Terry Joe for sure.
People are going from old school media, the presidential election showed the power of not just doing the traditional media, but going out to different podcasters, different communities. What can the media learn about you guys from what you're doing?
That we don't have to do stuff the old-fashioned way. I feel like the new wave is it, and I feel like everyone should get up on it. Very simple as that.
Get up on it.
Yeah, just get up on it.
If you were running a newspaper, running Forbes, what would be your social media plan?
Ooh, me?
Yes, you. I'm putting you in your
oh my God. So
handing you the reins.
Whoa, okay. So if I was in charge of Forbes, it's social media.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that's really very, very, very interesting question. What would I do? I think that I would just start showcasing talent that is really killing it right now, and it's just not the people who are just famous. I would say there's other creators who are lower than the people who are actually killing it a little bit more. I would say so. I would definitely shine a light on them.
Gotcha. What can brands learn? I feel like some brands are great in this space. Other brands have tried and failed, and gotten burnt, or maybe they burnt themselves. What advice to like major brands when it comes to working with a creator like yourself?
I would say you have to really sit down and really get to know the creator you're going to pick, because you really want your brand to shine with them as well. I've had people who's like, oh, Rickey, you did that, but I feel like it didn't like work with you or whatever. And I hated that comment. I was like, I thought it worked with me, but I feel like brands should definitely really sit down and be like, okay, cute. This is the brand, this is the creator I want to work with, and that's what we're going to go with. So.
And what advice do you have someone who wants to be a creator? Like there's some crazy poll. I think it's inflated, but just the number of Gen Z folks that want to be creators. What advice do you have for them out there?
Make sure you're really ready to work hard. Honestly, people think that you can just turn on a camera and film yourself and make millions of dollars. It's literally it's a difficult job. It is. You have to really work your hardest. You can't give up. Sometimes you're gonna have like the most flatline moments, and then it's gonna skyrocket or whatever. But yeah, just really like take your time, and this is not an easy job.
You said you just have great ideas and you post and it goes crazy, right?
Well, that's me. Not all people can do that now. You know, I have a special talent.
When you say the kind of work, like tell me some of the behind the scenes, some of the unglamorous, gritty work that it takes to be a creator these days.
I think you definitely get in your head a lot. Like I feel like people could mess around and put a lot into a video they posted and it doesn't do well at all. That's sometimes I go through. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had an amazing idea. I posted, nobody saw it because it didn't do good.
Yeah.
So I do hate that. That's one thing I hate.
If you mentioned it's really important to kind of plant seeds in every platform, but what one platform, if you had to pick one in terms of like building a career, making money, what would be the one platform that people should invest most of their time right now?
YouTube.
And why is that?
It's long form content, and I feel like that way people can really connect with you. And when you have YouTube fans, those are the people who are going to go to war for you. So I feel like that's the place where everyone should be. What
is your YouTube? Tell me, describe to my listeners what your YouTube show is like.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm getting back on YouTube. I haven't been on YouTube in 4 years. It's crazy, but I'm back again. And now I'm just giving you guys a more raw look at my life. Vlogging, I'm going to be sitting in my room, chatting, telling you guys what I went through today. Just more personal stuff.
And just like you holding the camera up?
Oh, no. Me just have my camera set up. Me in the bed with the microphone, talking to the people.
Oh, kind of like a one-man show.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Very cool. And you have a podcast?
I used to have a podcast.
Okay.
Yes.
How did that go? Tell me, how was that like?
It was everything. Podcasting is so much fun. I loved it. It was cute. But now we're moving on to the next chapter.
Nice. So you recently moved to New York.
Yes, I did.
But you're also in LA. So tell me what's happening. What do we need to know? What's happening? You're jet setting around.
Yes.
What's happening in the biz?
I will say I stay home a lot because of New York, because it's so hard to get everywhere. Like I literally Instacart everything. Like before I used to hop in my car, go to Best Buy, buy whatever I need. Now I just Instacart everything. Like it's so hard to actually,
But you're in LA. You can't move around in LA.
Right. Well, in LA I can. LA is easy. I have a car. Here I don't. So.
Yeah, having a car in New York is not the.
Do people have cars out here? Like a lot of people, or is it like not like?
It's very expensive.
Okay. Because I heard you can pay like $500 like a week to stay at a parking garage. That's what I heard.
It could be, but also the problem is like if you go anywhere in the city, then you have to park, right? So it's like if you do it, people that really do it, and it's like they have a parking garage in their apartment, and then they have a parking garage at work, so they're paying double that, and then driving, and half the time you're in traffic. But if you're going out, you're not going to go out in a car,
right? Exactly.
Then you have to park it. So it's an Uber town, taxi town.
Yeah, and Ubers are so expensive here.
Yeah.
Like I looked at my recent transactions, I could not believe it. I was like, "Wow, Rickey, you really are moving around." But
yeah, I was a big Subway guy too.
Oh,
yeah. Well, you're famous. You can people approach you.
Can't.
Do people approach you
all the time? All the time. It's a really good feeling. People tell me, "Oh my God, like you really made my day today by the video you posted," or like, "Oh my God, I watched your story this morning. You made me smile." I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." I love that. I love that I can actually make somebody feel good just by me being me.
Yeah, if you took the subway, you'd be mobbed.
Oh my goodness, I can't. Oh my God, I took the subway one time. Not my thing. I took it during the summer too. Oh my God, not my thing at all.
So you're the Instacart guy.
I am. Just deliver it right at my door.
Give me one big bold social media prediction coming in 2025.
One big bold. Oh my goodness. Let's start with anything. I honestly feel like there is somebody working on an app that's really going to take over TikTok. I have a feeling. Because, we didn't think anybody could ever take over Vine, and TikTok did that. What's next after TikTok?
What would it be? Like, what would it provide? What features that?
Oh, I don't know. I I really don't know. I just know it'll be something amazing. Something, yeah.
Yeah, because you never thought like, okay, you thought Instagram was it.
Yeah.
And then TikTok came around, and they're all competing well. What about LinkedIn? We need some LinkedIn influencers.
Oh no, that's not no.
That's not your platform.
No, that's more corporate for me. You know,
gotcha.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate the time.
Thank you. This was fun.
Is there anything else we should cover?
Anything we should cover? Get ready, guys. I'm going to be acting very soon, so we're gonna put that out there. Yeah.
What do we got? Give me a little.
You know, we're just over here. We're auditioning all the time, but I know one of those no's will be a yes. Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Are you auditioning for comedies, dramas? Everything?
Yes. I'm definitely auditioning more for comedies. That's definitely like my bread and butter. I feel like I can definitely shine that way. I remember I did an audition for a drama, and the moment was to be serious, I started laughing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not me. So yeah. So comedy all the way.
Yeah, I love it. And you kind of grew up in the bridge where, you grew up with traditional media, TV, cable, movies, and you want to jump into that from social media. It's an elevation. It seems like the next step.
Yes.
For people now growing up, do you think they care about that, or is social media the big step?
I think social media is the next big step. I feel like, since I've been here since the beginning, of course, I want to do something different. I've been in the game for like 10 plus years, and I'm starting to get bored. So, of course, I think my next level is acting, TV, all that type of stuff. But now, no, not at all. I feel like social media is like the biggest goal. There's so many different like realms of social media you can become big from. So
yeah, it's incredible too, where people were stars, especially there's a lot of like actors from like the old Disney shows. They have, because they grew up in that generation, they have like hundreds of millions of followers because they were on like a little Disney sitcom, so to speak, but they were the right time, and they can use that as such power. Then I talked to other creators. They said, you know what, I want to make a $10 million movie, but not for Hollywood. I want to put it on YouTube, and see where it goes. It's very interesting how that goes.
It's the way to go.
I'm waiting for that the first like blockbuster movie to be on.
Oh my gosh, I can so see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then you get all the metrics, you get all the AdSense.
All of it. Wow.
It's interesting.
Hello.
I give you an idea.
Hello, thank you.
Well, I want to thank Rickey Thompson.
Yes.
Top creator, under 30, comedian, actor, model.
All of it.
All of it.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Awesome.